Welcome back to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the New Jersey State Championship game in the non-public Group B. It is the Pope John Lions, the 6th seed, taking on the top-seeded DePaul Catholic Spartans. Mike Formasano along with you calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us as DePaul leads 13-7, but the Lions are knocking on the door. It's first and goal from the 5-yard line. Luke Irwin, the junior quarterback, standing in the shotgun at his 10. He hands off to Hill. Hill up the middle. Hill met by the defensive backs, brought down at about the 4. And they say just go back to the line of scrimmage. Is that where the referee is spotting the ball? So, no gain in the play. Second and goal. Irwin comes back into the huddle. Second and goal for the Lions. Hill behind Irwin to his right. He'll take the handoff, runs up the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions! Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the game. And Pope John is tied to score 13 apiece. Hill from 5 yards out to go with his other 3-yard touchdown run. Pope John is even with DePaul Catholic here in this second quarter. And now Owen Daniel out to attempt the extra point and give the Lions the lead. Placeholder number 13, Joe Rosinsky. Here's the snap. It's low. He has to pick it up. Rosinsky's going to run for the end zone. Into the corner. And he makes it. Rosinsky recovers the snap, finds the end zone, and it's a 2-point conversion for Pope John. So what could have been very dark turns very bright, very quick. Pope John with a 2-point conversion, and the Lions lead 15-13. Heads up play by Rosinsky, the senior for Pope John, picking up the low snap, and into the end zone he scampers. And the Lions with a 2-point lead, 15-13 over top-seeded DePaul Catholic. The Lions looking for their 21st state championship. A run by the Lions back in the 70s and 80s, 90s, all throughout the late 20th century by the late, great Vic Paternostro. 20 state championships for Pope John. And now head coach Dom Gaston looking to add to that ledger with his very own first state championship. They are 2.5 quarters away, leading DePaul Catholic 15-13. Seamus Corcoran out to boot it away from his own 40. Here's the snap. Low kick, line drive, 30. It bounces off the hands of number 11. He has to dive back to the 20 to recover it. Pope John is going to get good field position for DePaul Catholic to start all the way back in the 20. After the kick, I thought it was going to be a lot closer to midfield. I'll tell you what, you see momentum, it shifts back and forth. But for Pope John right now, Pope John has got DePaul Catholic on his heels. 11-11, or in that second quarter, Pope John leads over DePaul Catholic 15-13. Zavitt in the gun for DePaul. Takes the snap. He'll hand off to number 1 up the middle. And the near hash mark, Nolan James avoids a tackle. Still on the move. We got a flag on the play as he's knocked out of bounds by number 10, Alex Rakowski for Pope John. We'll see what the call's about. But a big run for Nolan James. Oh, that will negate the run by DePaul Catholic, a holding call against the Spartans. Moves the ball to the 35. So Pope John will take it. First and 10 for the Spartans from their own 35. Man in motion, number 8 for DePaul. Up the middle to James again, now to the near side. Makes a move to the left. And tackled out of bounds by Tyler Hauser, number 8. We got a scuffle afterward between Hauser and number 1, James. Oh, DePaul moves the ball into Pope John territory, down to the 38-yard line. First and 10, Zammit the gun again. Hands off to James. James to the right. To the middle of the field, met by a host of Lions. Iron on the tackle. Number 60, Damon DeFazio leading the way for Pope John. 10:38 to go here in the second quarter. Number 52, Dan O'Leary heading into the game for 51, Jared Cofrancesco. Later on, around halftime or second half, we've got a big announcement for you guys who have been following the Pope John Lions Junior Athletic Channel here on Facebook Live for the past few years. So stay tuned with that. Pass by Zammit up the field to number 8 for DePaul Catholic. He makes the catch. Desi Jones met at the 21-yard line and tackled there, but it's good enough for DePaul Catholic first down. 10:03 to go. Just outside the red zone. First and 10 from the 21. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the first half. What we'll do is at halftime, we'll switch feeds. We'll drop this feed. We'll go ahead and pick up a new one to start the second half. So we'll give you a halftime break. It's only going to be about 5-10 minutes. So Zammit the gun. Hands off to James. James up the middle. Now moves to the right. Trying to sweep to the outside. And the Lions having none of that. Able to make the tackle and bring James down at about the 18-yard line. So gain of about 3, and that's about it. O'Leary and DeFazio on the tackle there for Pope John. So the ball spotted at the 18-yard line, inside the red zone now. It is 2nd and 7. 9:03 and counting. Pope John with a 15-13 lead here over top seed in DePaul Catholic. Zammit the gun. James to his left. Zammit drops back. He goes to his right. He's looking for the far sideline. He's got room to run. Finally steps out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, so it's good enough for DePaul Catholic first down. So Zammit, who had no options downfield, decides to keep it. And he gets down to the 7. And it's good enough for DePaul first. Now goal to go from the 7. Good news for the Lions is that they'll get the ball back to start the second half as they kicked off to DePaul to open up this game. Zammit the gun. Fakes the handoff to James. He'll roll to his left. The pass to number 6, complete. And tackled there by number 0, Prince Joshua. It was Michael Knox, the junior tight end for DePaul Catholic, making the catch. Joshua all over him and brings him down at the 6-yard line. So a gain of only 1 for DePaul Catholic, and that will bring up 2nd and goal from the 6. 8:20 remaining, second quarter. The dream very much alive for the Pope John Lions. They have been to the state championship 30 times. They have won it 20. They're looking for title number 21 today. Zammit under center. Man in motion, number 8. Here's the handoff to James. James met right away and wrapped up by number 44, Joe Papa. Papa, the senior defensive lineman from Pope John, ties up the running back for DePaul Catholic and drops him for a loss, actually. The ball now spotted at the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal to go from the 8. Papa coming up with a huge defensive play for Pope John. Now Zabit will go under center. First time all game. Nope. Drops back into the gun. He did it for the one play, and that's it. Zabit again from the gun. Drops back to Cat. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll go to the far side. He looks for the end zone. And he is in. Touchdown, DePaul Catholic. Derek Zabit, who's flushed out of the pocket by the Pope John defensive lineman. Nowhere else to go. He ran to the right. He had one opening, and he took advantage of it. Finds his way across the goal line and into the end zone. Touchdown, DePaul Catholic. That will give the Spartans a 19-15 lead. So now you wait and see, does DePaul go for the traditional extra point, or do they go for two? Up by 4 now with 7:05 to go. Their place kicker, number 49, Ryan Sales, made one and missed one. No, DePaul's going to go for two. Zabit is in the gun. He's got James to his left. Man in motion number 6. Here is the handoff. Zabit's going to keep it. Pope John denies him. Zabit can't find the end zone this time as the Pope John defensive line shuts down the attempt. Led by number 44, Joe Papa again. And Pope John keeps the score, 19-15, DePaul Catholic. So a quarterback keeper for Derek Zabit to give DePaul Catholic the lead, but they failed for the second time on the point after. And with 7:05 remaining in the second quarter, it's DePaul Catholic 19, Pope John 15. So while we have a minute, I'll go ahead and give you an announcement. We've had this channel up for the past 3-4 years at the Junior Lions level. And we've been covering football and Junior Lions along with basketball, ice hockey, lacrosse, and baseball. The news I have is that we are going to expand our coverage of Pope John sports. We're going to start including the varsity sports. So now, today, we're doing freshman football. We're covering the state championship here for varsity football. We will be starting up this week for Pope John ice hockey at the varsity level, along with basketball, and you name it for the winter sports, possibly some wrestling, and we'll go on from there. It's going to be a new channel. It's not going to be on Facebook Live. We're going to start it up on YouTube. This game will be transferred over there for archive purposes, but we'll start that channel up in the coming weeks for the winter sports season. So exciting news. I'm thrilled to be able to do for everybody, and we'll give you more news about it later on. Here's the kickoff down the field, and it is received by Pope John. Number 0, Prince Joshua, will run it out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So anything we can do to continue covering Pope John sports. Doesn't mean we'll stop with Junior Lions either. We'll be doing that as well. But we're going to cover the high school sports and also Junior Lions, plus some other events around the school too. You know, we have the plays and the Christmas concerts coming up, and possibly some specific masses that we'll be promoting the channel for all aspects of Pope John High School. And I am thrilled to be working with the Pope John administration, Athletic Director Brian McAleer, and Principal Gene Emmering, and Father Michael Parisi. And we are so excited to be bringing this to you. Here is the first down play to Tyleek Hill. Hill gets down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 5 for the Pope John tailback. So the Lions, who have had problems shutting down DePaul today, Spartans can't do it either. Pope John has scored on their 2 possessions, and now this is possession number 3, and we'll see if they can take advantage of it. 2nd and 5 for Pope John. Irwin, hand off to Hill. Hill to the left side, trying to get around the defensive tackle, can't do so. Number 5 for DePaul Catholic, bringing Hill down. That is Marquette Dorsey. So loss of 3 for Hill there. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Pope John up to the line. 3rd and 8 with 5:54 to go in the second quarter. Irwin in the gun. He's got Hill behind him. Irwin drops back the pass. Finds Rosinski. And incomplete. Rosinski had it in his hands, but he slipped out and hit the turf. So, that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Lions will have to punt for the first time today. Well, the pass was there, but Rosinski tried to get downfield quickly on that, and as he tried to bring the ball in, it popped out of his hands and hit the turf. So they got a timeout on the field for DePaul Catholic. We're going to take one as well. Timeout on the field. Spartans leading Pope John 19-15. We'll come back for 4th down action from their own 32. Pope John will have it there when we return from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Come on back right after this. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 7 miles outside of Manhattan in New York City. This is the New Jersey State Championship non-public Group B game between the top-seeded DePaul Catholic Spartans and the number 6 Pope John Lions. Here's a snap back to the punter. 21 Veneta shanked it off the side of his foot. And it's going to go out of bounds about the 30-yard line. So, big play for DePaul Catholic. Well, DePaul stays in plus territory at the Pope John 30-yard line off the muff punt. Well, shanked it off the side of his right foot. Tough break for Pope John. We'll see if the defense can stand up now against DePaul Catholic. This is the one time of the game for Pope John. We have to be really careful here. 1st and 10 from the Pope John 30. Zammit in the gun. Take the handoff and a sack by number 21, Nick Veneta. So Veneta making up for the shank punt. And he gets the sack on the play. Big sack by Veneta. It drops Zammit at the 37. So a loss of 7 on the sack. Nick Veneta, number 21, the senior defensive tackle for Pope John. 2nd and 17 with 5:02 remaining and counting in the second quarter. Lions looking to get the ball back one more time. Zammit in the gun. Drops back the pass. Looking downfield. He doesn't have anybody. And now, tied up. He escapes trouble, and he's looking for the far sideline. He gets out of bounds at about the 24. But we have flags down. Multiple flags on the play. Holding against DePaul Catholic. So it's going to come back. Killer of a penalty for DePaul Catholic. Zammit was able to keep it and get close to the first down marker. And they're going to push the ball all the way back to the Pope John 47. So the Spartans going backward here. 4:39 to go. Lions up to, the Spartans up to the line. Pope John already there. 2nd and long, 27 to go for DePaul. They lead Pope John 19-15. Here's the snap. Zammit looking downfield. Can't find anybody again. He's forced to keep it. Runs towards the near sideline. Tackled at about the 42. Number 9, Sam Canetta, leading the way with the tackle on quarterback Derek Zammit. So the DePaul quarterback looking downfield, couldn't find anybody. And he decides Zammit, Janet, will go ahead and make the run for it. Stopped at the 43, though. He couldn't get the yardage he was able to do on the holding penalty. So we got timeout on the field. It's going to be Pope John taking time. We'll take time as well. 3:50 remaining in the first half. DePaul Catholic leads Pope John 19-15 in the state championship game. We'll be back to MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey, right after this. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the New Jersey State Championship game, non-public fee between DePaul Catholic and Pope John. Spartans lead 19-15 with 3:50 to go in the second quarter. Zammit takes the snap. Fires to the near side. He's got a man, number 8, makes the catch. Still on his feet towards the near hash mark. Finally brought down by Nick Vanetta, number 21 for Pope John. And the catch by number 8, Desi Jones, gets DePaul closer to the first down marker, but it's still going to bring up fourth down. 4th and 7 now from the Pope John 27-yard line. Spartans have to get to the 20 for a first down. Zammit coming back on the field, so they're going to go for it. Big defensive play for Pope John if they can stop the ball right here. Zammit the gun. James to his left. And we got a false start penalty against DePaul Catholic. We got confirmation from the referee. So now that'll bring it to 4th and 12 from the 32. Clock stopped at 2:53 remaining. Lions have done a good job of shutting down the passing game. Zammit really hasn't been able to find much success. In fact, they have blanked number 17, Elijah Burris. Elijah, the son of former NFL wide receiver Plaxico Burris, who has played here. If you are a Giant or Jet fan, you know all about Plaxico. Burris is going to head to Notre Dame after this season, committing to the Irish. Clock at 2:53 remaining in the first half. It's 4th and 12. Lions down by 4, 19-15. The lights are on here as it's a bit overcast at MetLife Stadium. This is the first of 5 championship games today. 3 public school games and then Bergen Catholic and Don Bosco later on for Group A. Zammit takes the snap. Fires to the sideline. James drops it. Noah James was looking downfield, and he dropped the pass, and a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Pope John. So James has been so good for DePaul today. He was looking downfield. Dropped the ball. So 1st and 10 for the Lions. So the Lions get started from their own 32. Luke Irwin, the junior transfer from DePaul, in the shotgun. He hands off to Tyreek Hill. Hill up the middle and met by a host of DePaul Catholic linemen. And he will be stopped for no gain. In fact, a loss of 1 on the play. So big stop for the Lions there, keeping DePaul off the scoreboard. And now Pope John with a chance to score here in these final 2 minutes and take the lead into halftime. They got work to do. 2nd and 11 from their own 31. Pope John up to the line. Irwin again in the gun. He's worked there exclusively all game. Hill with the handoff. Rolls to his left towards the far side. He's able to make some positive yardage there and get the ball down to about the 36, maybe 37. Minute 40 to go, 100 seconds in this first half. They'll spot the ball at the 36. Irwin back in the huddle. Clock continues to run. Now down to a minute 20. Lions down by 4. Irwin in the gun. Barking out signals. They'll pull back. Waiting for some communication from the sideline. And now out of time here. It's going to be a delay of game penalty. No, they got the timeout. Pope John was able to call timeout before the clock showed 0. So they avoided the game delay of game penalty, and Pope John now forced to use their second timeout. 59 seconds remaining. Lions trail by 4. We'll be back to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, right after this. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the New Jersey State Championship game in the non-public B grouping. The Pope John Lions trailing the top seed DePaul Catholic 19-15 with 59 seconds to go in the second quarter. Irwin in the gun again. Hill to his right. The pitch to Hill. Hill to the right. Cuts back to the left and is tackled from behind by the DePaul Catholic lineman. And brought down at about the 37-yard line. So, clock stopped with 51 seconds remaining. And DePaul is going to call timeout. And we will take one as well. 19-15, DePaul Catholic leads over Pope John. Come right back after this timeout. 51 seconds to go in the second quarter. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, as Pope John trails by 4, 19-15. My apologies earlier. I was saying that Nick Vanetta was punting for the Lions. It turns it's actually 31, Seamus Corcoran. So I went ahead and gave that information incorrectly earlier. It's Corcoran who's actually punting. And he gets this one off, and he's hit, and a flag down, and that's going to give Pope John the ball back. It rolls down to the 38, but Corcoran hit by the defensive lineman for DePaul. That should be enough to get them the first down, either roughing the kicker or running into the kicker. I think it was 4th and 5, so that should be enough for a first down for Pope John. We're waiting for the official announcement. They're talking it over right now. 38 seconds to go. Well, they go for the roughing the kicker, and that is definitely going to give the Lions a new set of downs. 38 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The defensive lineman for DePaul hitting Corcoran as he got the kick off. So now we're going to move the ball down into DePaul Catholic territory. They're going to spot the ball at the 49 of DePaul Catholic. Oh, I think they reversed it. They're going to move it to the other side of the 50. No, I was right the first time. Actually, an extra yard for Pope John. Referees always spot it at 1 or 2 yards different. I'll say it's at the 49, they spot it at the 48. I'll say it's at the 40, they put it at the 41. Anyway, 1st and 10 for the Lions from the DePaul 48. Irwin in the gun, looking downfield. Scott Hill overthrows him to the left side of Hill, just out of his reach, and incomplete. 35 seconds remaining, and looking to see what the distance will be for a possible field goal attempt. Seamus Corcoran, I've seen him hit it from 50 in practice, so your guess is as good as mine as far as where Coach Dom Gaston wants to try it from if they get in field goal territory. Here's the pass, incomplete, intended for number 13, Joe Rosinski, but DePaul had their hands on it. Number 11 for the Spartans, that is Cartier Canati, had the opportunity for an interception, but it slipped through his hands as well. So bounces off of Rosinski's left hand, floated in the air for a second. Canati almost had a chance at that, but it falls to the ground incomplete. And with 30 seconds remaining, it's 3rd and 10 for the Lions from the DePaul 48. Irwin in the gun, empty backfield, fires to Hill. Hill on the left side, looking for the sideline. He's got room to run. First down, Pope John, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So a nice pass play as Irwin finds Hill on the sideline, and Hill runs right up the far side, gets to the 35, and a first down for Pope John. 24 seconds to go here in the first half. Pope John probably about 10 yards out of Corcoran's field goal range, or Owen Daniel. Owen Daniel's actually the place kicker, so I think they would go with Daniel. Here's Irwin, drops back the pass, and is tackled right at the 38-yard line by number 32 for DePaul Catholic. That is Logan Nagel. 17 seconds remaining, and Coach Dom Gaston calls for time. It's Pope John's final timeout. We'll take time as well. 17 seconds to go. DePaul Catholic leads 19-15 before the end of the first half. We'll come on back for the final plays of the first half from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Come on back right after this. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the New Jersey State Championship game for the non-public Group B. Pope John Lions and the DePaul Catholic Spartans. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's game. Thank you so very much for joining us. Here's Irwin in the gun. Irwin flushed out of the pocket, tried to run with it. We got a flag down as he's tackled at about the 35-yard line. Clock stops with 11 seconds to go on the penalty flag, so let's wait and see what the call is.
Holding. After 2 minutes.
holding against Pope John. Number 52, Dan O'Leary. So it's going to drop the Lions back 10. And now you're looking at, with no timeouts, Pope John will have to get out of bounds and stop the clock for a possible field goal attempt. They wouldn't have enough time to set up. So at this point in time, and they're starting to run the clock, so it's going to be a Hail Mary. Irwin looking downfield. Flushed out of the packet. Fumbles the ball. It's recovered by the Lions. Number 66 on the fumble recovery. Quinn Muley makes sure that DePaul doesn't pick it up and race to the end zone. That'll be the end of the first half. The DePaul Catholic Spartans lead the Pope John Lions, but in a much closer game than you might have expected. DePaul 19, Pope John 15 as the Lions are hanging in there. They will run into the tunnel and into the locker rooms for halftime. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a new feed to start the second half. From MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, it's the New Jersey State Championship game between DePaul and Pope John. The Spartans lead the Lions 19-15. Come on back for second half action after halftime.